Have you ever been in the situation whereas you are going through a circumstantial mental health crisis, and within that situation you have developed a relationship of trust with someone, and then all of a sudden they take advantage of that? We're gonna have quite a discussion today. Stay right here. Welcome, That's Just Tara family. This is Melissa, Tara's mom, and today we're going to be talking about how does mental health make you vulnerable to abuse, aka exploitation, and how it can make you be exposed to narcissists by becoming their target. You're going to be able to find this video in my playlist called Mental Health, also in my other playlist called Mystery Playlist. You're going to be able to find the links for both of those in the description. Please remember that this vlog is only for entertainment purposes only. This vlog is not intended to give professional mental health advice, professional legal advice, professional financial health advice, or any kind of life advice or coaching. This video is for pure entertainment purposes and it includes my opinion. And really quick, you guys, don't forget that we offer updates and announcements and all that kind of cool stuff in our community tab. Also, if you want to reach out to us, don't forget to check out our About section. You can find it on the desktop really easily. On the homepage, just look for About, and if you are using the app, just scroll in the description all the way down. You're gonna find it on the bottom right corner. So for this discussion, I'm going to be displaying a series of scenarios in case you have identified yourself with either, or in case you have known somebody that you think, is related to that type of situation, and you can give them proper advice, or you can make your own decision based on what you have learned today. But remember, this is no professional advice. So first off, I really wanted to make this video, I'm going to say about a couple of months ago, when I saw a Facebook post of a law enforcement department. And let me tell you something, I am very pro law enforcement. I love law enforcement officers and I completely admire what they do. But in some departments, sometimes, you'll see certain posts and you start thinking to yourself like, wow, what's the necessity of publishing something like this? What's going to happen with this person later? Okay, so there was this one time, and I pretty sure you have seen that, where a law enforcement department posted a video of an officer rescuing someone from jumping off a bridge. And we have seen these on the news a lot too. They will. Let me tell you something, this gets exposed on the news, so everybody sees them. People of all ages see it. Okay. So the person wanted to, and please use discretion if you think this is going to be a trigger, please change the video and play something else, because this is a very delicate topic. Okay, so they put headlines and titles like heroic officer saves the life of somebody going through a mental health crisis, somebody that wanted to take their own life. So in my opinion, it just feels like you are parading or using that act as a trophy to like make yourself good. But I want to express my opinion on something here. Every time I see something like that happens, I try to see if they'll post an update of how they have helped that person. Mind you, I know it's not their job to help that person post rescuing act. However, if you are going to parade that person and use that person as a trophy, then how about you also show and then share with the world what you did for that person besides the help that they get from appropriate departments? Because let me tell you this, and we all know that every time that a person gets be corrected, they get sent to a mental health hospital and they get held for like 72 hours or so, right? Then once they get evaluated by the mental health professionals, after that they get released and they have to follow instructions, right? That's like a routine kind of thing. I think for people, for everybody to say, oh yeah, like we did what we needed to do. But there is a situation in which sometimes those people need a little bit more than what procedures really bring and offer for them. So a law enforcement agency or the people that were witnessing what was going on or that person's family might believe that this person is in good hands. But let me tell you what sometimes can happen. These people already fell into a situation like this because in the first place they had a enormous lack of support system. And sometimes, they ended up in that situation because of misfortune or because of mistakes that they made in their life. Or because abuse coming from narcissists too. Yeah, that happens a lot. So once these people get to the hospital, you would assume that they have all the support from the family. And there is a video that I made, and I'm actually going to post it in the description. I'm actually also going to put it in the info card. If you don't see it up here, you can see it in the description. A video that's called How to Get Out of a Dark Time in My Life. Go ahead and watch that because you are really going to find it super useful. So you would assume, right, going back, that the family is going to be there for them besides, the routine procedures that they have. So let me tell you something. Like I said again, these people ended up there because of a lot of the times because of a lack of, their support system. Once they get there, they might think maybe not in every situation, but for the people that do not have that support, they might still have hopes. And those people could call their family, and depending on the rules of every hospital, because every hospital has different rules. Sometimes they don't allow visitors, sometimes they do allow them, depending on the rules. If they're allowed to receive visitors and they call their family to see if they can, to tell them what happened and all of that, they end up getting blamed by their own family, denigrated by their own family, no visitation from their own family, and they're all alone. And that is very sad and disgusting too, coming from the family. So check out that video, because when that happens, if you are going through this, for example, I want to tell you that there's a lot of people going through this, but you can come out of that. So I want you to check out that video because it's going to offer a lot of tools. Again, this is not professional advice, it's my opinion, but I think it's a really good one. Okay, so let's say the person talks to a psychiatrist, whatever. Psychiatrist determines either it has been if it's a permanent condition, something that they have had for a long time and they think that they have to be treated for a long time. Sometimes these psychiatrists might say, hey, this is a circumstantial situation. We're gonna prescribe you to get some therapy, whatever, and then that's it, no medication or nothing. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what happens when that person comes out, and gets exposed to the same situations that they were facing before. They are at risk of falling into that situation again. But at this point, while they were paraded around as, the person who was rescued by a hero, how do you think that person is going to feel? That person is going to feel used. That person is going to feel as they were a victim of exploitation, right? So if you are the kind of person that likes to post things like that, I really suggest make sure you monitor the person and make sure you are there for them, and make sure that later on you update us with all these things, how you help that person and how that person has been able to come out of that situation. Now, another scenario, TV shows, daytime shows, talk shows, all of that stuff. Whether you're going through a mental health crisis, or whether you committed a mistake, or whether you are going through circumstances based on misfortune or what have you, and for some reason it went really public, so therefore you're going to have a lot of people come after you from TV, press, media, blah, blah, blah. They are going to try to establish a strong bond. They're going to try to establish a relationship of trust. And a lot of the times, they're going to lie to you. And once you get there, depending on what stage you're going to be coming on, they might present you with paperwork that you have to sign because you think they're going to help you, because they say, if you're going to do this in exchange, we're going to help you. They give you paperwork for you to sign that you cannot sue them for anything. And then you're just like, wait a minute. Like, why? Then once you go on there, because this happens a lot, and people still fall for it, because these people feel like they need to get help, right? And they feel like they can trust someone. But then once they get on there, a lot of the TV shows use something that's called, or practice something that's called manipulative editing. You can look it up and you'll find it. And right now, manipulative editing has become so easier now with AI and all that stuff. But they'll switch stuff around. They'll cut something out and they'll put it somewhere that will cater to them, that will create, more still, oh my God, that will cause more sensation, right? And that will attract more viewers, ratings, sponsors, and all that stuff. That's how they make their money, right? After all. Be careful with that. If you ask my opinion, Like if you ask me, Melissa, do you think I should go on this to like, try to get some help? I'm going to tell you, don't do it. You're going to end up becoming in a worse state, and it's going to be really hard to go back where you were, and they're going to exploit you. They are going to exploit you. Don't do it. Okay, moving on to another scenario. You're going to hear a lot of people, and you're going to read from a lot of blogs out there, and a lot of people that will encourage you to be open about your mental health struggles online via YouTube or TikTok or whatever. This is extremely dangerous. And I have been seeing it a lot. Look, for example, these vlogs of like, people cleaning their houses, using it as a therapy for their mental health struggles. And it's okay to open up when you are going through something circumstantial. It's okay to open up, but don't do it publicly, because not everyone wants what's best for you. Not everyone does. All right. So when I see these videos of these girls, and guys, talking about how much anxiety they're going through it, these people, all these strangers that are watching you, a lot of them are laughing. Do not trust them, because they're going to use that against you in the future. Who can you trust? The people that are around you. Okay. And sometimes it's just one person that you can trust, that could never, also posting anonymously on a private online group. Once you do that, you will have the chance to get, a genuine opinion. And sometimes I have to tell you something. When you post on a group online, sometimes you're gonna get really rough opinions. Try to join a group that's already titled like safe group, something like that. Make sure that you learn very well who are the administrators and all that. That way, that they really monitor what's happening, and if they find somebody that's bullying or harassing, they can block them or leave them out right away. If you have to go to a therapist and be seen regularly because you feel like it's going to be a good addition, besides your support system, or even if you don't have a support system, then then go ahead and open up like that. But don't be telling the world. If you want my opinion, don't be telling the world, because they're gonna take it against you. They're gonna bring it up, and you see, a lot of people out there don't have anything else to lose. They don't care. And then once these people find out about these things, when you have published them so publicly, they're going to gather everything up, and they are going to post it in a lot of places, and yeah. So just be careful. Be careful who you open up to, and how you do it. There is always a solution, and even though it's not overnight, you can't expect for things to be solved overnight. things get solved eventually. And I want you to stay hopeful about it, okay? So remember, in my mental health playlist, you're going to be able to find a lot of inspirational videos that I think can be really useful. All right, so feel free to check those out. All right, I want to thank you for hanging out with me today, and I want you to have a wonderful day.